Greetings, fellow watchers and racers. Welcome back to the WRL Podium 13 channel. This past Sunday, we had the Herbie Cup, Battle of Beetles, and we had 8 races: Daytona, Trial Mountain, Watkins Glen, Goodwood, High Speed Ring, Deep Forest, Tokyo, and the Nürburgring 24-hour track. So let's get started, right, shall we? Let's go take a look and see what happened at these particular races. So as you can see, we're waiting. We had, we probably won't be able to see it that way. Settings, let me see. Nope, replay. Let's go and start the replay because that's going to move around. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause and then I'm going to hit driver names, car names, driver names, car name, driver name. So it doesn't have the other kind of display. All right, so display all racing info. All right, so we're going to take a look. We got we got 3 Americans: a Frenchman, American, German, American, UK, American. I am in the last spot. Let's go. Let's take a look. See what happens, shall we? And the race is off. 2 people. Too much up. Looks like Langer got hit and Flatpick just had way too much throttle. Way too much throttle. Let's ride along with your host and see how things run here. So I'm actually doing pretty good. Already up to 7th spot. We got McLaren Fiji. We're going to fall behind him. We got Hip Guy, the American, at front. You would expect that the Americans are actually going to do pretty good on oval tracks because either they drive them or they watch a lot of NASCAR. So definitely expect to see the Americans do pretty well. As we look over, we see we got Fiji, and we basically got Fiji is right next to us. So basically, not gaining any ground on the Fiji. I didn't realize where he was until I saw him. And I was like, uh-oh, he was over there. So I looked over there during the race to find out where he was. That's who that was over there. That was Fiji. And as you can see, still Fiji and Try Hard. Now, these 2 guys, Langer decided to keep on going. Usually people will quit because once you lose the draft, there's no way you can catch it up again. But something could happen. That's why you keep on going. And of course, Flatpick Slim in the Bob livery. I didn't get that until I was like, you know what? That is so cool. But anyway, we got Hip Guy and Will. We got a 3-car breakaway because at this point, as you can see, there's a 3-car breakaway. Then there's a single car that's by himself. That's Cars, I think. It has Cars is by himself. And then we got another 3 cars with the draft that's coming around. So let's ride around with the first. Oh, we already hit lap 2. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and move it forward a little bit. Let's go ahead and move it forward a little bit. Go to lap 5 and see where everybody is. So now at this particular point, we're at lap 5 and you can see the cars are all over the place. It's basically getting ready to begin the laps. No, we're all still on lap 5 and now it's go time. It's go time. We have caught the front 3. McLaren Fiji is now back in 6th spot. Abarth, the Frenchman, is in 4th. And there was actually some pretty good racing here. Let's ride along with Fiji and the chase cam and see what Fiji sees here coming up on the last lap. We're on lap 5 now. You can see I'm up in P3. Fiji and I were able to work together to get back up there to catch those front 3. Hip Guy is still controlling the field. Will, I don't know if Will is, I think you have to have skill. So as you can see, we're coming up on the last lap and it's about to get crazy. As you can see, it's 6 cars up here and the other cars, they're in the back. Cars is by himself, Langer's by himself, Slim is in the pits. I think Slim just decided to just pull off because we're on the last lap now. So as you can see, Hip Guy is still dominating the field. Where am I, your host? Your host is in 3rd spot, but we're in a 4-car battle and we're trying to get up there. And with the strong slipstream, we should be able to catch it pretty good. Look at Fiji. Fiji's in 3rd spot. He's coming in hard and he decides to make a move on Will. So let's see what's getting ready to happen here. We're getting ready to come around turn 4, I think. And as you can see, there's Fiji. Oh, Try Hard just dove up in there. Then I came up through there. Hip Guy is actually still up front. Let's go up there with Hip Guy because we're getting ready to come across the line. Look, who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? And here comes Hip Guy across the line to win it. That was actually pretty good. Hip Guy actually controlled the race the entire time. Nobody went around Hip Guy. Nobody went around Hip Guy. So let's get on out of there and go ahead and move to the second race because I want to keep this. That was 4 minutes. That was a 4-minute review. All right. So now where does this take me back to? Gotcha. All right. So now let's go to the second race and take a look and see what happened there. That would be the race that happened at Trial Mountain. Let's get started and see what happens. Hope y'all having a good day out there while we pause between each race. As you can see, we're ready to go. How many people on the grid? Looks like we got 11 cars on the grid this time. But we need to go and take a look because we have to do this every time. McLaren Fiji is on the front. Everybody gets a pretty good start. Fiji's in the back. Your host, WRL Podium 13, is in the back. And McLaren Fiji is out front. I wondered, let's ride along with McLaren Fiji. Let's ride with them and look at the field and see who does what. Cars is in second place. We got an American, the UK, the French. We got a Canadian in here. We got turbochargers. We got Langer is back. Langer's running again. It's Ray Rivera's in here. We got a number of Americans with the field switching all over the place like it is. It's very difficult to see who's doing what. So let's ride along with McLaren Fiji to see how he runs his laps, how he runs his first lap. Looking behind him, he still has cars behind him. He's dominating the field at this point, and there's only 4 laps on this particular track, so we'll ride this first lap and see where he is. Where's your host, WRL Podium 13? I'm in Tim's spot back here because it looked like there's a number of things that took place, and I'm kind of having a vague memory about what took place, but these races were actually pretty good. So here I am now. Let's see how far I can get before McLaren Fiji reaches the finish line to complete lap 1. So here I am behind Ray, trying to make a move. Oh! Dove it in there, and as you can see, I was carrying way too much speed, and I almost spun it out at this particular point. As we're coming around now, whoa, that looks like the Canadian, too much brake there. Oh! He got tagged a little bit by Flat Pick Slim. Let's see where's Fiji at this particular point. Fiji's doing pretty good. He's up front still. Oh, he's built up a big gap. Turbo is actually pretty fast. We know how fast, well, at least I know how fast Turbo is, but so is McLaren Fiji. Fiji is a really good fast driver. He never uses liveries. He always uses the plain regular livery. And as you can see, comes across lap 1 with a big, huge lead. So now let's fast forward. Let's fast forward, go back to lap 3. We'll ride along at lap 3 and see where Fiji is. Fiji is still doing where he is, so where am I? Where's your host? It looks like we've had a couple of people leave the race because we started with 11. Tryhard, Ray, Turbo. Your host is in 6th spot at the particular point. There's the Frenchman, Hip Guy, Cars, and Langer. The German has now made his way up to 2nd spot. Let's see what happens here because I think I remember something took place here and I wasn't quite sure what it was. So let's ride along. Let's ride along with Langer and see what happened here because I have a vague memory because these guys were gone. I mean, they're on lap 3. They effectively pretty much kind of had the race won. So we'll go ahead and go fast forward because I don't want the video to be too long. We want to basically start. Ooh, go back. There it is. There it is. Something happened and we were trying to figure out exactly what it was. So this is, oh, whoa, we need to go back because somehow Langer caught Fiji. Wow. Langer caught Fiji. We look from Fiji's perspective. What happened? Go back. Watch it from Langer's perspective. Ah, too much throttle. Fiji had too much throttle, but he kept going. He looks like he's trying to. Fiji must have realized, oh man, I just screwed that up. Way too much throttle. Let's watch what happens here. We're gonna go back to Fiji and watch it from Fiji's perspective. They're coming in to the tight left-hander. Oh, Fiji got all up on the curb. Ah, he stopped. Fiji realized what he did was wrong. He tried to stop for him. He did wait for him. That's what you call sportsmanship. He waited for him, and that's what happened. So that actually brings up all the other cars beginning the 4th lap. And here you go. Your host is in 5th spot. We were able to catch up with him. And now that we can see what took place, Fiji did what he needed to do so that Langer can get back out front. It pretty much kind of cost him a race, but it was actually a good, clean race. So we're going to watch this from my perspective on the last lap to see who does what. Langer is out front. I'm trying my best to get up there with him so I can try to see if I can get myself at least a podium. So let's watch it from the 3rd-person perspective. We're going to go back up there where Langer is and ride with him. Watch it from this perspective, see who's doing well. Oh, no! Carnage! Carnage! Let's watch it from my perspective and see what happened. In the tunnel, Hip Guy, I remember this now. Hip Guy, I remember that now. Hip Guy, I was wondering was I going to get past that, and I wasn't able to get past it. But as you can see, something happened up here too. Langer, let's go back. No, I hit the wrong key. Final lap. Langer's on the final lap. There's Cars. We're trying to figure out what happened. We'll watch it from Fiji got around cars. There's a lot of, traction loss. People were coming over the hill. I think I know what happened. People just got nervous. They got nervous. It was the last lap. And when you're coming out of that turn, that's what happened. The last lap is go time. Langer is out front. Fiji, oh my goodness. Look at all of that carnage back there. Look at all that carnage back there. Wow, look at that. A-Bar, Hip Guy, everybody. And Langer is just basically on his own. On his own. We're 10 minutes in the video and we only got 2 races going through. So basically, it looks like it looks like Langer, the German, got this win. But we're not to the end yet. Let's see. It's like he's got a pretty good lead. Where's your host? All the way back down to A spot because of what happened. So let's just keep on going and see what happens. Does Langer make it to the finish? We want to go ahead and finish this because we need to get to the end because the video is going pretty long. We're already 11 minutes into this particular video. Let's just see what happens. Okay, he's coming around the final turn. There's A-Bar. There's Hip Guy. It looks like it's going to finish about like this. Yeah, he's getting ready to cross the line. He's getting ready to cross the line. Yeah, he's got this. Langer comes across the line and takes the win. A-Bar, Hip Guy, Fiji, Ray, Cars, Turbo, and I come in 8th spot. Because, wow, it was crazy. All right, we saw the highlights of that one. Let's get out here and go to the next one. Wow, that was absolutely crazy. But it was some good racing. It was some very good racing. All right, now let's go to Watkins Glen. Now, this race is actually longer. I increased the laps to 10. So what we're going to do here, like I said, if you want to watch this, you can go to my PSN because I got them up. If you want to request, if you want to make a request to see them, you can. I can go ahead and share them all. Let's see how many people we have on the grid. We've got 13 cars with Turbo FIA. We've got a Brazilian in the race now. You know, Langer's still here. We got some of the DTR. Richie is here now. We got oh my goodness, an Italian is in the race. Got an Italian in the race at this point. Daiko, the German. And here we are at Watkins Glen on the NASCAR course. Now, this was a fun race right here to watch. As you can see, everybody pretty much kind of made it through the first turn because all the cars are still stuck together. Oh, Turbo. Turbo got taken out. Turbo got taken out. We're going to have to move forward to another car. Let's go ahead and watch it from Tryhard's perspective as it's coming through the bus stop. Oh, looks like somebody got a little boost there. Where's your host? There I am. There's your host right there in 3rd spot. Oh, look at that. Look at this save. Look at that save. I was able to save that car. I was even as the race was going, I was saying, holy crap, look at that save. The time was running out. So let's go ahead and move forward and see where everybody is by lap 6. Langer's out front, the German. Daiko is still in 2nd spot. We got the Frenchman, A-Bar. At this point, I've made it up to 4th spot, and I'm doing pretty well. As you can see, we can go see that we had Langer was on softs, Daiko was on soft, A-Bar was on mediums. I just got past him. I was on mediums, doing very well, taking care of my tires. Fiji, softs, mediums from Rivera. Will was on mediums. The Brazilian was on softs. Mediums for Tryhard. Richie was on mediums. I think the Italian was on softs, and Cars was on medium. A lot of people had to pit because we were on 5X tires, 3X fuel. And if you watch, your host is basically coming. Your host is coming. Let's go ahead and see where your host is at this point. All right, by the 9th lap, I've caught Daiko at this point. Now let's ride with me as I come up behind Daiko. Get past him nice and clean. Now I'm trying to get up there to catch him. But let's go back here and ride with Daiko because Daiko didn't want to give up. He was going to have the strong slipstream on his side. So let's watch this. We're 14 minutes into the race. We still got a few other races. Now what may happen is I think I'm only going to do the highlights of these 4 races. As you can see, Daiko passes me. I get back on him because see now I got the strip stream. At this particular point, I brake a little bit, but I tap him a little bit, but I keep going. I tap him a little bit and keep going, but it wasn't intentional. I look at this now and realize it wasn't intentional. But as we go back, you have to make the judgment. As we go back here, I brake again, but it was too late. And all he does is goes up the field. See, all he does is just goes up the field. He doesn't crash or anything. In NASCAR, that's called a bump and run. There's only 2 laps to go, and I still gotta try. I gotta try to catch his friend. Actually, there's only 1 lap to go, lap 10, and I gotta try to catch him. And I'm pretty sure Dyko wasn't happy. He wasn't, because in the next race at Goodwood, oh man, he was fighting the heck out of me, because the people on the other side of the pond do not like moves like that. But that's what you would call a bump and run. I realized now that it wasn't intentional, because I didn't brake quick enough, but he didn't crash, and I knew that because I saw him. I think during the race I looked back and said, nope, he didn't crash. So that allowed me to keep going. And he thought it was a dirty move, because people on the other side of the world, they don't like that. But he didn't crash. He didn't get sent to the settling realm. He just got moved up the track by mistake. Once I realized that he wasn't going to crash and he was still on the track, still going, I just said, nope, that's it. I'm gone. I got to go. Fiji was coming. If anybody just saw the race this weekend with the NASCAR, because NASCAR was at Watkins Glen, and Dyko is still in 4th spot. He's still in 4th spot. We can see where everybody else is and see what the tires look like. But this is on the final lap now. So I, your host, is trying to catch him. So let's go ahead and move it forward. Let's see what happens. I'm still in 2nd spot, and I was trying my best to catch him, and I just couldn't. But I was getting closer and closer. If we look at the tire management, he's on softs, and his softs were basically dead. My mediums were doing pretty good. As you can see, 1 more lap, and I would have caught him. 1 more lap, and I would have caught him. He was able to hold off this win, but to consider where I started to come all the way, it was incredible tire management. Look at everybody's tires. The tire management was, and a lot of people had to stop, so it was a really good race. Like I said, if you want to see the full replays, let me know in the comments. You can go to my PSN and you can watch the entire race to see all the little details that you were in. You can decide whether or not you thought what I did was a dirty move, or was it a NASCAR move. I just moved them up the track. It wasn't intentional now when I look back at it. All right, let's go do 1 more race. We'll do these 4. We'll look at this one, and then the next video, which will probably be released for Thursday, we'll go through the next 4. So let's go to this next one, because this one is another 10-lap race, 5X tires, 3X fuel, and we will see what Dyko did. Now, let's watch. I start on the pole this time, and Dyko is in 3rd spot. Now, Dyko is right behind me. Boom! Now, not yet. It doesn't happen yet. We'll ride with Dyko. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he went way out. But he saved it. Now, that was actually a pretty good save. Richie goes by. Now, we can go through the field and see what tires everyone's on. So what I'm going to do is, we'll go through the field while the race is running. We'll go from the 3rd person, or what do you call this? The helicopter perspective? I don't know what perspective you call this from, but we'll watch and see. You got Fiji behind me. I am on soft tires. Fiji is on softs. Because this was not a high downforce track, I kind of figured I could probably get away with the 10 laps with 5x3 on this if I just protect the tires and make sure the tires run well. And Richie's on softs. Boomer's on soft, the Frenchman. Dyko's on softs. We got a Spaniard. Mark is on softs. That's Dyko. Softs. Mediums, Ray. Mediums, Will. Mediums, Cards. There's the Italians on softs, mediums, softs, and mediums. So we had a variety of tries, and I was basically saying on the live stream what I was going to do, whether I was going to run mediums and why, and whether I was going to run softs and why. Because this wasn't a high downforce track, I decided, you know what, the softs maybe, and it's a short track. The turns won't necessarily do too much damage to your tires as you're running through. So, but if I'm not mistaken, I was basically classing the field. I was basically pulling away, as you can see. I was basically pulling away. I got one, but we know Fiji is fast, and Richie's back there too. Richie's coming too. Boomer is the Frenchman just right up on. See that? We got some cars that are pretty close together here. So as we look at them, we got to go back up to where I am. Somewhere up here. I know where it was. I know where it was. So if we can watch it from, let's see. I want to see what happened from. I want to see what happened from Fiji's perspective, because I was doing fairly well, running good clean lines, and then right here, turned in a bit too soon, bounce, and he hit. Oh wow! Yike! I tried to get back on the field. All right, so I was able to get back going. You can see we tore up the car, and look at who I end up behind. Now this is where it gets interesting. this is where it gets interesting. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So now we got Fiji is leading the race with Richie, Boomer, the Spaniard, and now here I am behind Dyko. This is where it gets interesting right here. I'm driving from my perspective, and I'm got to come up behind Dyko. Now, I do remember what happened on the previous race. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Let's see what's going to happen. So I figured, let me just try to get past him. And we'll watch this little exchange. Because, yeah, he was, he thought it was a 30 move, and here I come. I just regain my composure. I just say, all right, I'm on soft tires. I can push a little bit. We both get around Richie. Richie looks like he lost it. Well, obviously, Richie lost the car. We don't know what happened. So as you can see, I try to go, and look at what happens. Boom! Boom! We can go inside Dyko's car, and we can watch his inputs. I'm behind him. I saw him, and I was even saying it on the screen, on the stream. Then he was trying to push me. Watch. I try to get around him again. I try to get him around again. He blocks. He moves over to block me. I try to go to the outside. Try to get myself a nice run. I got another good run on him. He dove back over in front of me. Boom! He tried to knock me off the track. Boom! He's trying to knock me off the track again. I brake. Because at that point, I said, you know what? I see what he's trying to do. And I was saying it on stream. I was telling everybody. I said, hey, you see what he's doing? You see what he's doing? So, you know, I don't want to fight him. I'm going to wait until he makes a mistake. And I said that on the live stream. So, now, one will say, well, that's deserved because you pushed him off the track. Hey, whatever decision you're going to make, the choice was made on the track. And that's how it went. And I was talking. I would say, hey, that's what he's doing. I went off track a little bit here, but I was able to get it back on because I was nervous trying to focus on here. I'm trying to figure, oh, man, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And finally, he moved over and let me by. He moved over and let me by. I think he was done trying to get back. I don't know what it was. Whether he knew I was talking about him live stream or whether he figured, you know what, I got you back. I tried to knock you off the track. It didn't work. And as you can see, he messed up. I told you. Karma. They call it karma. So where's Richie? Some of the cars are trying to get back in this, but as you can see, the Spaniard is gone. Oh, but he's got Fiji right behind him. Really? So now we're on lap 5. Let's go ahead and move up. Let's go ahead and move up to lap. I'm trying to go. Okay, I'm hitting the button, y'all, but it's not going anywhere. I was trying to go through to another lap, but it wouldn't allow me. That's interesting. So Mark pitted. That's what happened. So where's your host at this point? Look at your host. Look at your host. Back up to, wow. Actually, I can't even remember where I finished here. I really don't remember where I finished here. So now it's just me and the Frenchman, and I've made my way all the way back up to second spot. Look at my tires. Let's go look at the back. Slim on medium tires. I think he changed tires. The Italian is on sauce. I don't think he's changed tires at this point. Tryhard may have changed tires. Yeah, decent tire. Yeah, at 8 late laps. Yeah, he's pitted. Richie has pitted too. Just went by Slim. DTR, one of the other DTR guys. It looks like he might be on the same sauce and we're managing his tires. Will's on mediums. I know Will was on mediums and he hadn't pitted. I think Fiji pitted. Mark pitted. And he went from softs to mediums. He's on mediums now. He should have just went back to softs. I don't know why he didn't go back to softs because he started on softs. And then here I am. But as you can see, it was actually looked like it was a pretty good strategy because he pitted at the right time because here we are right behind me. And we're on lap 9 now. So let's go ahead and fast forward. And as you can see, Mark got past me. So now we got, oh no. What happened to me? What did I do this time? What did I do this time? I'm right behind Boomer. Let's watch Mark from Mark's perspective. I know, too much throttle right here. Too much throttle. That's what it was. Too much throttle. I tried my best to get back on there and tried to salvage this. And yeah, that's when Will went past me. I could have won this race. I was right there behind Boomer. All I had to do was keep it together, and I could have won this race. I could have won this race. All right, so let's go ahead and move it forward. Boomers has already started the last lap. He's up there with Mark, and it looks like Mark has taken the lead on mediums. Ah, that's because Boomer's tires are dead. That's why. Boomer's tires are dead. Will is still on his mediums, and I know Will didn't stop because he said Will was saying that he liked the mediums. His left rear is a little damaged, but he saved it, and I'm pushing like crazy. But the problem is, I'm on soft, and there I go in the grass again. Your host, look at my tires. I was pushing just way too hard. I upshifted to the highest gear to reduce the amount of torque, and then once I got back on the track, yeah. But as you can see, Mark is classing the field. Nerves. That basically speaks to pretty much kind of what takes place. My nerves got to me, I just too much throttle. I could have won this race, but congratulations to the Spaniard. Then the Frenchman comes second, and Will gets the podium on mediums, no stop. Your host was able to salvage. Even with all that took place, I still ended up fourth spot. So with that 25-minute video, I hope you enjoyed this Battle of Beetles Herbie Cup that took place this last Sunday. I tried to make it so that the volume sounds a whole lot better now, and from now on I'm going to use these settings when I make my videos here. So, but that's it. Who brung it up? Well, there you go. Good wit. So like I said, these four races, we did 8 tracks. That's what ended up happening. And I figure we may just do the exact same thing next time, because for right now, I can't do the Battle of Beetles the way it used to be. And we got to still figure out how to tune that 66, which I realized after the stream was over, we didn't go test the 66 because I was tired. I was basically falling asleep. So the next video, which will probably be done Thursday, because God willing, tomorrow I will be streaming live daily races A, B, and C. And then I figure, God willing, I get off work and I'll do the exact same thing, because that's what happens. I go do my first part of my job and I come back and make videos. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm trying to be consistent with this, and we'll just see what happens. So we got these 4 races to go over. And what do you know? Kept the video shorter than 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and come back and check out WRL Podium 13, the man who puts pickles in the freezer/refrigerator. I'm out. This is Septimus Prime, WRL Podium 13's alternate ego. One day I shall call a race. One shall stand, many shall fall. Bye, bye, bye. Y'all have a good one. Those pickles out of the freezer.